Hey everybody, good morning. We have a crazy but exciting week coming up here. We're getting one more round of summer temperatures and weather, so we're excited that we're going to be able to get some stuff done and enjoy it before winter's here. But we haven't looked or done anything with the bunker in about a week. I want to get things rolling in there. All right, guys. This one little fear of mine with this project was you guys were going to lose interest because we take so long, but also that once I put a lid on this, that we'd have poor lighting and make bad videos. The white paint is helping a lot. I think it's keeping it dry in here, keeping things a little more equalized. But bear with me for lighting because we have a lighting kit, an inexpensive lighting kit that we're going to light this thing up like a Christmas tree very, very soon. Hopefully later in this video. But I need to get this going and let this dry for a few hours while we work on another project, either outside on the bunker or on the mini cabin. So you might see a little mixture of days with this bunker project. And just dump a lot of dirt in there, Jason. This is good stuff. I think this is like 40 bucks a gallon, so it should be good stuff. But everything's expensive now, so on that note, thanks guys for watching our videos. And thank you to our sponsors. People say a lot that it's a shame that we have to do sponsors and that we, do this and that, but if we don't have sponsors, you could never afford to do any of this. So if you're going to go off-grid and do projects, you better have a bunch of money sitting around, because Jen and I have never, we've worked hard for everything we have, but we're not wealthy people. We've never been given or had any handouts, so we work for it. That's okay. Better to work for it than just ask for it. Like I said, we can afford everything now, so that's good. And for now. But I'm going to sweep the floor out here and get this prepped so we can put some of this on the floor where we're going to set our batteries and build our racking for batteries and electronics. Hopefully I'm not dooming myself to a bunch of ruined solar components. You guys will find out, though. Where's my broom? There it is. My broom. Check out this spider. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. That is a nasty spider. He is like, doesn't look that big, all curled up there, but he is big. Bigger than any spider I've ever seen. Very inclined to move him. Come on. Crawl on my broom. There we go. Jen picked up this little solar fan. I'm going to stick it out there and see if I can suck some of the dust out of here. It worked. It turned it on the other day. Yeah, it's like a big computer fan. You just hit the on button I think there's a battery in there, so you don't need the solar full time. I'm gonna stick it up in the corner over here and suck some of this dust out of here. There, that can't hurt anything. A lot of loose gravel. When you do dry pour, it's not firm like as firm on the surface as regular concrete. So there's a lot of loose dusty gravel. So sometimes it works better than others. We never had any crack in 2 years or settle or anything. But this definitely has like a rough surface on it. So anyway. Alright, thought I had everything. I already realized I don't have a tray. So I guess I'm just gonna dump this on the concrete and smear it around. Hope for the best. Brilliant or idiot? Let me know in the comment section below. Just dumping it right on the concrete, spreading it around. Alright guys, there you go. Got just a little more paint left in there, maybe an inch. This is really thick because I dumped it on. This is probably going to take a good part of the day to dry out. Alright, let's let this dry for a couple hours, come back and see if it's hardened up so we can put our lighting system in. I'll probably leave that little vent fan going too. We're going to mount that in there nice and tight so it could suck. So it could suck some fumes out of here, but it could suck moisture out of here too. We'll see. I'll have to do a little research to see how venting works. If I need a pipe to go down to the ground and suck, or if I can just suck out from the top. Because I don't want to suck all the heat out of here in the winter. But I also don't want it being warm in here, cold outside, and getting a bunch of condensation. We have a dehumidifier that we're going to hook up in here, but I don't want to rely on a dehumidifier. So, anyway. Hey guys, I traded in Jen for Scout. Scout's my sidekick today. I got projects going on that Jen can't really participate too much in. I'm going to work on the bunker. And she's going to work on stuff that she can work on. Jen has been monitoring the humidity in here. The humidity's been a little high. It's been like 60 to 80%. It's like 77, I think she said this morning. If you guys know anything about ventilation and proper ways to do that. But anyway, I want to have a good day today on the bunker. I have pretty much the whole day to do whatever I want, and it's 10 o'clock. I got a good early start. Got some videos going this morning, and we're going to get started here. 3 or 4 things are on the list today, but we got all day, so hopefully they get done. All right, guys, so I know nothing about this company, not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. This is just something we bought on Amazon. I believe it was like 44 bucks. You get like 6 tube lights. The pole barn I've been running on the AC500 from Bluetti with these lights and charging all our tools and everything in the barn for like the last year or two, like a long time. That system's been really good to us. I can't remember on the display how much it says all 5 or 6 of these run, but I'm going to put at least 3 or 4 of them in the bunker so we can have good lighting while we're filming all of our solar stuff. Let's get this going. Let's see what we come up with here. Oh, we need to build some steps. I need to build some steps so I can get this silly little ladder out of the way. Yeah, I don't have much that you could do either, buddy. Hey, come here. Come here. Yeah, I know I said that it isn't much for you to do. You don't have to leave. You can just hang out with Dad. You can just hang out with me. You can just hang out with me. You're a good boy. You've become a really good dog. You have. You've become a really good dog. Yes, you are. You're my buddy. All right. Yeah, you're my buddy. Yep, I said it. There we go. All the way around the perimeter. I don't think I need one down the middle. With all the white and even the reflectics up here and the floor, I think we're good. Let's build some steps and I want a little shelf here. So we gotta put a power source here. So power source will go right here just for the bunker, not the for the cabin, but for the bunker. We'll probably ultimately put something, put power source over here and plug it in, because I think most of our equipment's gonna go on this back wall or over here. We'll see. I don't know. You can wing it and still get stuff done. It'll be fine. So let's get some steps built and some shelving. Hey guys, so today's video is sponsored by Bluetti. They sent us the Apex 300 a few months ago. We've been using it. It's a great product, very versatile. So this is what we're going to be using for the bunker power. The Bluetti Apex 300 has a 3,840 watt inverter in it and has power boost technology to run up to 7,600 watts. There's 2,764 watt hours of Life PO4 batteries right inside this unit. So it's easy and great to use on the move, or you can expand it with their B300K expandable batteries. If you're a huge Bluetti fan like we are, you can use your battery expansions from previous models. The B300 and the B300S are compatible with the Apex 300. They want you to start simple and scale smart. We can scale this system up to 58,000 watt hours if you want to use it for home backup. That's enough power to keep you going if you have a storm, hurricane, or grid down situation that puts you in a pinch. You can use the Apex 300 in 120 volt single phase or 240 volt split phase all on its own, We don't need to parallel 2 units to get that 240 volts. With the simple flip of a switch, we can switch to 240 volts. And another nice feature is we could still continue to use our 120 volt systems and outlets while doing so. There's also a switch here that can change our charging modes. We have silent mode, auto mode, and turbo mode. Depending upon your wants and needs, you could choose one with the simple flip of a switch. Another great feature and reason we're going to use the Bluetti Apex 300 to power our bunker is because it has such a low idle consumption. It uses about 20 watts when sitting in idle. That's 2.5 times less power than other units. So the Apex 300 has all the outlets you need. It has 4 120 volt plugs on the front. It also has a TT30 plug. This is a 30 amp 120 volt plug for your camping needs, or RV. This is most commonly used with that. It also has a NEMA 50. This is used with campers as well and can use up to 240 volt. These 2 outlets are used very common with camping and for power backup at your home. We also have an AC in and out port for 50 amps. This is Bluetti's outlet that we can use with a lot of their accessories and for home power backup. We could also charge our Apex 300 with that port using a generator. That AC port we could connect a generator to and charge with up to 11,000 watts of generator power. That'll charge this unit up quick, so we don't have to run a generator as long. Don't forget about solar charging. We have our 2 XT60 ports here that can give us up to 2,400 watts of solar charging capability. And for folks like myself who have a larger array, Bluetti has an accessory called the Solar X 4K solar charger. We could hook that to the Bluetti Apex 300 and charge up to 4,000 watts of solar with 1 unit alone. And it's expandable with up to 30,000 watts of input of solar. Tell me that wouldn't charge up something pretty quick. And speaking of accessories that are available for the Apex 300, we have the DC hub for when we need to charge or run our DC devices. It has 2 car ports, cigarette plugs here. It has 2 USB-Cs and 2 USB-As. It also has an Anderson 50 amp port as well for our larger DC devices. Again, the Apex 300 from Bluetti is one of the most versatile units we've ever seen. Tons of accessories on the market for it now. It's available now. So check out the links in the description box below in the first pinned comment. We love our Bluetti products. We've been using them for years. Pick a great company like Bluetti. They have a 5-year warranty on all their products. So there's a lot of peace of mind there as well. I'm glad we're going to have it here to power the bunker, the lights, the tools we need to complete this project. Thanks guys for letting me tell you about it. Now let's get on with the video. Look at that, guys. One of my main concerns was that the bunker would be dark and dingy and we wouldn't be able to show you everything we're doing in there. So now I don't have to worry about that anymore. So I'm sick of using this little ladder to get in and out of here. So let's grab some 2x4s and some lumber and get this little staircase built, okay? That way we could get in and out of there more comfortably and more easily and more safely before we get on to the next thing. So pretty happy about those lights. Looks like a Christmas tree. Looks like the sun is in the bunker. So, oh, we have that dehumidifier too. I want to hook that up somewhere and get that going so we could see if we could lower the humidity in that bunker. You know, I don't know if that's going to be a long-time solution or long-term solution, but I want to try it and see if that, at least see if the humidity reader is reading correctly. I've heard that the humidity reading devices on those little temperature sensors aren't always that accurate. I want to make sure that the humidity in that bunker is, reduced as much as possible. So anyway, let's get some tools over here and get these steps built. So, do any of you guys know how to properly like build a set of stairs or steps or a ladder? Like, I'm just gonna wing it. This works okay. This steepness, all this kind of works pretty good, other than all these extensions on the top get in the way. You just kind of like grab on here, step down. We just had a step right here. 1, 2, 3. I was just gonna do 2, but I might have to do 3. Look at that, guys. This little bit of darkness you see like moving through the screen is the camera. Like, I'm probably shuddering a little bit, which sucks. Hopefully it doesn't ruin all the videos. Might have to change the frame rate on the camera when we're doing a bit. Like this dark line, you guys see? It's bright as can be in here. So that line is just, like I said, the camera messing with you. So anyway, let's measure this. 38 inches. So just over 3 foot. What?
What you doing here?
Trying to show them the lighting.
It's pretty bright in here now.
It is. It's like lit up like the sun. But the camera is putting dark lines on everything, so I don't know how it's going to affect filming.
It's pretty good in here.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm showing them how I'm going to build a ladder real quick. Do you want to hand me a few things?
Sure.
Here's our angle. We'll go with this. Do I need... Yeah, I do. Alright guys, there's our power source. Here's our first power in the bunker. So that's going to run the lights above us to light this place while we work in here. And I'm going to run a dehumidifier and see how that works. See how much moisture comes out of that thing. I'm going to probably build a couple shelves down here for a couple extra expansion batteries. Let me get the dehumidifier in here, and then we'll see what time it is. So this is just a cheap little inexpensive dehumidifier. Has a tank on the back. It doesn't have a pump, I don't believe, to pump the water uphill. So if we need a nicer one that we could just put on the ground and that'll be better, we could do that. But for now, I'm gonna leave it with the tank so I can see how much moisture it's pulling out. And then this is a drain, so I can drain it out the door if I need to. That thing draws 120 watts. So that's pretty significant. So this bunker isn't, like I said, isn't sealed up real great. But I need to start testing stuff, seeing how much power draw this is, and figuring out if this is even feasible. 180, so that's drawing 110 watts for that little thing. So settings, but I just want to see how long it's going to run and draw how much moisture it's going to pull out of the air. It's pulling 180 watts, using 180 watts. So I figured I'd grab one of my 300 watt panels over here. So it's just sitting out here in the sun on the edge of the bunker. I got this universal cord that has all 3 of the plugs on it. This is surprisingly the only cord I have, I think, that goes from MC4 to our XT60. So let's plug it into the solar port and see how it does. 258 watts. So we're really only getting a net of 80 watts. So it'll take a while to charge up. It says 6 hours. That's just because only 80 watts is going into it. If we turned off everything, like let's turn off the AC. Now there's no draw. Look, the time just went down to 1 hour. 1.5 hours. I'll probably find a better cord or some extensions. I'm using the extensions I do have to charge the Bluetti AC500 in the pole barn right now. Here's our setup here. This is just for now, just to see how it does. But I'm charging up the Bluetti in the barn too, the AC500. We've used and have been using this AC500 for a long time. This has been sitting here just like this, so you can see it's dirty. The B300S, this is heated, and we like charge all our power tools. It goes up, we get up to 100%, and then like once it gets down about 50, I go throw the solar panel on it for a day or two, and it charges it back up. But the Apex 300 works with that B300S too. Maybe we'll, I'm thinking about tying the solar from over here at the mini cabin into the pole barn, so we can get that system out of there and we don't need it. And then it's one less thing. Like right now I have to pull that portable panel out. So anyway, I'm gonna sit down, take a break for a few minutes, and then we'll try to work on something else. I'd like to get that hole in that back corner blocked off, or this concrete slathered with a layer of that masonry cement so I can put on these cultured stones. I'm not sure which one I'm doing yet, but we'll figure it out. It's still early. It's like 3, 4 o'clock. So I'll catch up with you in a few. All right, guys, long day of working on little things here in the bunker. We put lights in. We built some stairs. They're working great. We built this whole racking system so I can store the Bluetti Apex 300 and a B300K here. So we have a power source. This is at 74%. Sun's going down over there, so we got no sun. So we're just gonna unplug it. And we'll have a better setup for solar soon. We ran the dehumidifier for a few hours, and we got no moisture of any real. We got that much moisture. So it hasn't rained here in weeks, a couple weeks. It's not real moist down here. The hydrometer, thermometer thing says 77 in here, 77%, but it doesn't feel, it feels cool in here. So anyway, lights, stairs, shelving for the power source that we're going to use while we put all of our solar stuff here. We might put it along this wall. We'll see what I think. And I plugged that corner and this spot. This will get painted over in due time once it's dry. I think I'm going to box this out, put this solar venting system in there. And then I'm going to drill a hole or run the power line right there. We're going to take the power out from the solar stuff over to the cabin. Not sure if I'm burying it in the ground or just going to run it in conduit up underneath that eave. So I'm not sure what to do. There's really no sense in burying it. But if it's in conduit, it's safe. And I won't see it. It's going to be up under that eave. So anyway, bunker's coming along. Just kind of fiddle farted all day. This took longer. This is a pain in the butt. I should have just boxed this all in. If I had known what my roof was going to be, I would have done that. And then just put the vent in up here in this wall and the power source through the wall. I didn't want to have to drill. I don't have the, a drill to go through a concrete wall. So I was trying to leave this open so I could put my conduit line through it before I finished it off. And it kind of became a pain in the butt. That's it for today's video. Jen worked her butt off. So Jen worked her butt off all day doing stuff that
doesn't need to be filmed.
yeah, she brush hogged the entire hill. She transferred water. She oiled some stuff. What else did you do?
Scrubbed down the outhouse.
Oh yeah, she cleaned. She gave the outhouse a really good cleaning. Lots of stuff. So we're both whooped.
Watered all my plants.
Yeah, water. Yeah.
It didn't stop. My arms hurt from brush hogging.
A lot of work. A little progress at a time, right?
Yep, everything needed to be done.
So hope I can make a nice little video for you guys out of that, and hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us. So
almost time to see if we can get some solar stuff in here.
Yeah, we got some cool stuff coming soon. Well, you guys have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you in the next video.
Yep. Like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate all of it.
And thanks for all those hypes, you guys. We've seen them in the comments, you guys, and we've seen the hype points for us, so we appreciate you the most.
Helps the channel.
Yes.
Best free way to help.
And the channel's doing better, so we're like getting a little momentum. So thank you. It's actually working. So
appreciate it so much.
Yeah, keeps us going. So, and thank you to our sponsor of the video, Bluetti. See you guys soon.